Thank you, Mr. President, and members of this chamber. And let me thank my colleague from the 42nd for articulating what we have been trying to do for so long in explaining hope to the masses in Georgia. Let me tell you a story about a mythical figure named Robin Hood, who back in the colonial days was known for taking money from the wealthy and giving it to the poor. Now let me tell you a story about Robin Hood, and I'm not talking about an R-O-B-I-N, I'm talking about an R-O-B-B-I-N-G as in Robin from the Hood. When you hear the stories that we've just heard from the senator from the 42nd, you can only think about how wealth has been transferred in this state from those communities in rural Georgia, from those communities inside the hood that's been transferred out to the wealthier areas of this state to families, quite frankly, that don't need it. From the original intent of this program back in 1992, it was intended to benefit those from the lower as well as the middle class from the state of Georgia. And no one could say it better than the originator and the governor who presided over this program, Governor Zell Miller. And I hope we all heard in his own words what this program was intended to do. But I rise this morning to say to our governor that the changes we made last year are wrong. Those changes that we made last year have done nothing more than to reduce the geographical representation of all the Hope Scholars in the state of Georgia. The changes we made last year have done nothing more than to have a huge economic impact on rural Georgia. The changes we made last year have done nothing more than to reduce the opportunity of the Hope Grant recipients in this state. Now, if that's not Robin from the Hood, someone tell me what is. But let me also tell you this, that I'm not up here just offering words to explain the impact. I'm here to talk about real solutions to the problems with Hope Scholarship in Georgia, and we offered these solutions to our governor. Just last week, we met with the governor and we offered a package of bills that we know will save this scholarship program. We offered a package about capping hope, and we said, Governor, if you want to give Zell Miller scholarships, then give it to those kids that go to the private schools, that have private tutors, that have programs that would teach them to score 1,200 on their SAT. And I should know what I'm talking about because I have some of those students at home that have done very, very well in achieving those scores with the help and assistance of coaches at these private schools that my own kids attend. We said to the governor, why not diversify those Zell Miller scholars geographically? The numbers that you saw, 10,629 recipients of Zell Miller scholars and only 400 of them African Americans, would have been a lot worse had we not a year ago, along with the senator from the 2nd, amended the governor's bill to include valedictorians and salutatorians from all the high schools in the state of Georgia. This morning, my heart was saddened when I heard from the dean of the Senate, the good senator from the 14th, about how in one of the counties he represents, over $7 million in Hope money was raised in that county, yet there was only one Zell Miller scholar. In a little place down in South Georgia we know as Quitman, only one Zell Miller scholar, and that person just happened to be a valedictorian. And had it not been for that amendment to the governor's bill, let me just say to the senator from the 14th that that student would not have received a Hope Scholarship with his Zell Miller Scholarship. The package of bills that we offer to the governor is making its way through this General Assembly. It's my hope that all of us will embrace these changes, that all of us will see fit to return hope to its original intent. The senator from the 42nd said 94% of the families in Georgia with this $140,000 cap can be served. 94%, and I suggest to you that that other 6% probably has the resources to send their kids to private schools or to any school of their choosing. It is my hope that we stop this Robin from the Hood and return hope to its original founding. Thank you, and I yield.